today is flying day and we're gonna go take him for a walk. Good morning, guys. I hope you're having an amazing day today. There is so much that's happening. So I was supposed to leave for Toronto today, but I had to change my flight to tomorrow because on Friday my homie Trudeau made a new rule that you have to have a PCR test proof of a negative COVID thing.
Yeah, thanks for telling us.
On hand, done before boarding. But because we were away all week last week for work, we didn't get a chance to catch up with everything happening, and then like all the updates and the news in the world and all the stuff that's going on, right? So I found out yesterday, and now we are currently driving all the way to Heathrow Airport to get the test done. But thank goodness we found a place that tells you the results in like 3 hours. So I'll have it and I'll know the results or whatever. And then I'm gonna go board my flight tomorrow, hoping that I'm negative, because I got tested when we were out for the Netflix thing and it was negative all 3 times or whatever. But I just need to have this on hand, like a hard certificate copy. So we're here now doing that, and I'm kind of nervous because this test is like the high standard test. So they do like the throat and the nose situation. So I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll see how it goes. But it's mad emotionally draining because we were ready for me to leave today, and now I'm leaving tomorrow, so I just like finished crying, but I'm good.
You get to stick your tongue out. We're done. Sorry about that.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or you don't do the nose thing or whatever?
No, it's good.
Yo, how was that?
That was so bad.
Was it?
How
Yo,
bad
you about to go. You about to go. I saw it.
200 pounds for that? Holy moly.
Should at least get in some vomit if you were gonna do that.
Oh, that was horrible, yo. That was the most, oh my god, that was so uncomfortable. But that was it. 200 pounds just for that?
I messed up, man.
Alright, just gonna wait for the results for 3 hours and then go home and pack in the meantime. Might cry a couple times today, but that's okay. Now we're gonna have McDonald's breakfast because thank God we didn't eat beforehand. Good morning, guys. I am a hot mess. I have fur all over me, but today is flying day. Just woke up and took a shower. Just mad cuddles with Banksy, as you can tell. And we're gonna go take him for a walk. Alright guys, let's try this again. Good morning, Monkey.
Good morning, Mundheep. How are you?
I'm very sad.
I know. I came down and she's cuddled up by herself crying. It's very sad. We've had to go through this many a time.
It never gets easier.
It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier. And plus
If anything, I think it gets worse.
we've spent so much time together as well, so it's a bit harder this time around.
Alright guys, let's try this again. We are en route to airport. We're actually almost there. Came here quite quick. On a normal basis, it would take like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get here, right?
Hour 15 minutes.
To Heathrow, but we got here 40 minutes today. So we shouldn't have, but we have. We're gonna eat together because I get anxious eating by myself at the airport, and then I don't want to eat in the airplane. So I think we're gonna have KFC or something and eat, grab a Starbucks and then go in. I already checked in and stuff online to save like time and, you know, being around people. So that's done, and then board my flight, and 8-hour flight to get to Toronto.
Is it 8 hours?
It's 7 hours and 50 minutes. It's gonna end up being 8 hours because, you know, when the airplane parks up, sometimes it takes a while depending on snow and wind and.
Oh, is this snowing in Canada?
There's snow, yeah.
Oh man.
So all that stuff.
You didn't dress up accordingly.
See, I wore a hat and a hoodie and sweatpants because like when you have like 3 suitcases, it gets hot. So, and anything, I'm gonna be indoors and I'm not gonna be going out. So there's no point of a jacket. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've been crying since yesterday because I was mentally prepared to leave yesterday.
No, it's hard, man.
And then it happened, so I felt like the whole day was a drag of like crying or whatever, and it's just hard, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's tough. You just tied to 2 legs.
So what's this place called?
Rockies.
So we just got some Rockies. Apparently it's like a Dixie. It's like my biggest weakness, so we're trying it out.
Finest. Say Hounslow's finest.
Apparently it's Hounslow's finest, so we're about to try this.
I've never tried it myself, but my boys at uni used to tell me about Rockies, so.
So we're gonna try it.
At 11:23
Smells bare oily still. I'm gonna knock out on the airplane. Okay guys,
we about to feast.
Ta-da! Alright, yo. Wow, man, look at this burger. Oh, I have to say, this is so much better than McDonald's. Damn, yo. What is this made out of?
Your teeth are falling, man.
I knew that was gonna happen. Oh wow, there's skin on the chicken.
Did they not give us salt? What do you need a skin on the chicken?
Look.
Oh yeah.
How am I gonna eat this, yo? So good.
Try the barbecue wings. They didn't give us crispy ones.
Oh guys, this is so good.
You're gonna like this. Oh wow.
I'm fine.
She likes anything with a good balance of flavor.
Yeah, I can't eat food without flavor. You can't. You're gonna like that.
Oh damn, it's a proper full-on
Yeah.
fillet. Oh my god. That is a proper burger. That's deadly, man. The burger's very nice.
This will do me good until I get to Canada.
I think so.
Alright guys, so I've checked in, I've made it to the gate. It's like a 20-minute walk first of all. And then since there's no one near me, I can just try to breathe a little bit. I'm just waiting for my flight to board, and then I will be on my merry way to Toronto. I had to say goodbye to Amen, which was horrible. I cried again, obviously, like when do I not cry? But yeah, I'm sitting by the window. I have a dope view going on of the luggage being boarded. And I'm just sitting here waiting patiently, and I'm probably just gonna read a book or something. And then yeah, hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see some of you in Toronto. Alright, so when I changed my seating this morning, actually, there's no one sitting in my row, and there's no one sitting in the front row, and there's no one sitting in the row behind me. So I'm just hoping there's no one in my row. Right now it's empty, because if it's empty, you already know I'm going to lie down and sleep. So let's hope for the best.
20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Alright guys, so we have landed, we have slept, we have stocked our fridge a little bit, or whatever I could carry from the front door, so I ordered that. And then we are having the first cup of coffee in the apartment. So it's been a long 2 days, that's for sure, let me tell you that. Because me and Aman were away last week for work, we were so busy that we couldn't even like keep up to date with like news, emails, with work. Like it was hard because like we're all focused on that project. So because of that, I didn't know of all these new rules and regulations that were popping up in Toronto. Well, not in Toronto, well in Canada, right? So my flight was originally for Monday. So therefore I was going to check in 24 hours before on a Sunday, making sure I'm sitting somewhere where there's no people, and like I adjust my seating accordingly. And then when it came to check in, it said, can you confirm that you have a negative PSR test done prior to boarding? I was like, what? And I'm like, no one told me this. Like, when did this happen? Because last time when I went during COVID, I didn't have to do any of this stuff. But this time, I guess this is like one of the new rules, which is fine. I understand. Shouldn't the airline have emailed me to tell me that, hey, this just became mandatory, so make sure you have this done prior to boarding? So the thing with this is, right, like I got tested for COVID like 3 times last week. And it was all negative, so it's fine. But for this flight, I specifically need a specific test that had to be done within 72 hours and that you need proof of. So I'm like, this is really hard for someone that has already a flight booked or that cannot get a test before that, within that 72 window before flying. So I was like, yo, it was like 3 p.m. and I'm like, everything closed at like 5. I'm not even like a citizen, or I can't even go to any of those like normal drive-through places to get a test done. So I have to go private, so I have to pay extra, which is fine. But that makes it even harder to get it done for my flight. So I came to the solution of canceling my Monday flight, rebooking it for Tuesday. So I found a place that does the testing at the airport. There's 3 options. There's one where you can get your results in 3 hours. There's one where you can get it by midnight, and then there's one that you can get it within 24 hours. So obviously I wanted to get the one within 3 hours because that's the closest one I could get to my flight. But my flight takeoff was at 2 o'clock, and this test appointment was only available for 10:30 earliest. Mind you, this test only takes 2 seconds to do. So I would be risking getting onto this flight, right? And you can't check in like at the check-in counter unless you have this proof of test negative result thing. So what I did was I canceled my Monday flight and I rebooked it for Tuesday at the same time. But then on Monday, I still went all the way to Heathrow Airport, got my test done, and drove all the way back home, and I got the results within 1 hour. The thing on the test says like it takes 3 hours and 30 minutes, and they cannot guarantee you for the 3 hour 30 minutes exact, because then they'll give you a refund if it's not. These guys sent it to me in an hour. So I was like, okay, I could easily have gone on Monday, but it's fine, whatever. So I paid for the test, I paid for my flight change, and I rebooked it and all that. Okay, cool, so that's done. And then as soon as we got to the airport, so no one else is allowed to go into the airport unless you're the one that's traveling, which is fine, makes sense. So Amin came in, he literally dropped me off to the door and back. And then I walked in, and then I went to the check-in counter, and then they showed him the proof of the test. And then you also have to be applied for the Switch Health thing that's in Canada, because when you land, you have to get tested for COVID again at the airport. So they make sure you're registered on that. And then also you have to be registered to Arrive Can through an app on your phone, and have a receipt for that as well for Canada. So all that happened. I did all that, but I did that all beforehand because I knew already of Arrive Can from last time. But the Switch Health I knew about because like I kept reading up on the news and like what's mandatory now. So I already registered on that. And then I checked in, went inside, whatever, normal procedure. And then I got in line to board, and that's when they check your temperature. So then they check your temperature there. And this time I'm like wearing my hat and I'm like sweaty and hot. I'm just like lugging, you know, my stuff around. I'm just like tired and exhausted. I'm like, yo, I might have a hot head now, right? So I'm like, oh my god, hopefully the temperature's not too high or whatever. But he checked and it was totally fine. And then I boarded, I sat on the plane. I sat at the very back because it's empty, even though there are babies on the back of the plane. My whole row was empty, and the row in front of me, behind me was empty. So then I could just like lie straight. So because the leg room is tight and it's like 8-hour flight, and like I get bad knee problems, so I was kind of like grateful that I had that whole row empty. And then whatever, we landed, and then you have to do decoration cards on the plane like normal. You get out of the airplane, whatever, you walk your distance in miles, and then you go through customs, and from customs you have to do the declaration card, so you hand that in. And then every single time I land, for some reason I have to go into the immigration thing of like, you know, if you're like not Canadian, or if you're like illegal or whatever it may be, someone decided to come to Canada with my name and last name and birth date and do stupidity. So now every time I come into Canada, I always have to go through immigration. But because I'm a Canadian, they just like take me to the front of the line, which is sick. But it's just like another step that I have to do now. So then after that, I did the whole immigration thing, and then I went to get my suitcases. Guys, I have never seen so many dogs sniffing suitcases in my entire life. It literally felt like those border patrol shows that I see in England all the time. But there's so many dogs. You're not even allowed to pet them or play with them. It's so sad. But there were so many dogs just sniffing and, you know, checking suitcases. People opening up their suitcases because the dog sniffed something. Okay, you also you have to show your receipt for arrived can at the border control thingy at like customs, where they talk to you or whatever, and they stamp you and stuff. So you have to show the arrived can receipt. So you get a receipt on the app and make sure you take a screenshot of that. And then you're getting out, you get your suitcases, you leave, you get out, and then there's like this long obstacle course you go through, and it takes you basically to the COVID testing section, and they make sure you are registered. So if you're already registered, it'll go faster for you, but if you're not registered, you have to go into another line, which takes a little longer because you have to register on the spot, which takes an extra 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. But I was already registered, so I went in line and I just went straight to the front and got my little kit that they give you. Then take the kit and you go all the way to the other side where they're testing you. So you go, you sit down, and then you see a little cubicle thing, and then the nurse or whatever comes and she tests you. So she takes a swab and she literally just goes on one nose and she just like twirls it for like 15 seconds. So I've had like 3 different COVID tests done, and they were all different experiences. So this one was, it was just not even like that deep in the nose. It was just like here, and they're just like twisting it and stuff. And then they give you like a receipt sticker on your passport, and then they check your thing before you leave. So I got out, and then I called an Uber, and then I got to my apartment in the city. So I am currently now staying in an apartment I got through Airbnb, but it's like a hotel thing. It's really cool. I thought this was really convenient because there's a grocery store on the first floor, and they deliver groceries, which was really convenient. And this grocery store has everything. It has like groceries, and then it has like your personal products, like, you know, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, girl stuff, all that stuff, whatever, right? I thought like I don't need anything else, and then when you're delivering, if you want to order food, it just comes to your door because they make a code for you. So I'm like, that is so convenient. So I'm here, and I'll be here for the next 14 days. Well, it's gonna be 13 now because 1 day's already gone. But yeah, so that was my experience. If you guys have any questions on the process, leave it down below. I personally feel like it's harder for elders to travel now, obviously, because like, you know, you gotta make sure you have the app, you gotta register online, you gotta have like go up on the website, like log in and stuff. I'm like, this kind of like, my mom knows how to like use all that stuff and all that, but like when there's so much going on, like chaos, it's just like, it's hard, you know, it's like difficult, it's not easy. So I just feel like it's hard if they were traveling by themselves, but it's fine. They shouldn't be traveling right now anyways. Although some people who are messaging me, they're like, oh, why are you traveling? There's a pandemic going on. I do have, you know, I'm not just here for the sake of it. I don't have a visa in England, so I have to come here. And I also have some personal things I need to take care of that are important, so I came for that. And then I also get to see my family, which is a blessing in the process. So that's why I'm here. And yeah, and my plan is to go back beginning of March, hopefully that nothing comes up in that, whatever, in the way of that. There is also going to be a new regulation that I heard is going to start on Thursday, but I'm not sure. Of like, when you land, you have to get tested and to stay in a government hotel, which is like $2,000. We have to stay there for like 3 days, and if you're negative, you get to go home. If you're positive, they keep you. I don't know, something like that is gonna happen, but I'm just thankful that I got to come back before all of that. I don't know when that's gonna start, but that was also like stressing me out mad, because I'm like, what if I'm flying and they make that rule and then I'm screwed, and like I paid for all this and like all that stuff. But yeah, so that was my experience. If you guys have any questions on the process or what, or if I wasn't clear about something, message me in the comment section and I'll be responding to comments on this video. And other than that, that was about it. I would have gone home to isolate, but my grandpa's 94, and then he's had COVID. My mom's had COVID, and I don't know how the immunity stuff, all that stuff works, but like I'm not trying to risk it. I'd rather stay here, you know, isolate. I can still go see them after, like I still get that time. You just gotta be a little bit patient and get tested before I go home and get the results and stuff. And then, you know, it's just better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow because this vlog was supposed to be up yesterday. Alright, I'm gonna have to finish this coffee and end this video for you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to always stay gold, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You could bet your dollar on me. Promise I'll be everything you want and you need. You got me going up and above. I can't get enough. It's like you put a spell on me. If you really about it, then I'm about it for sure. Yeah, you know I'm different than the ones before. Ain't nobody gotta know. We can keep it on the low. You're the one I've been looking for.